Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Need for Speed demo. My name is Mark McEwan. I am a chef with the company Food Service Solutions. My goal today is to show you how the ACP Amana XpressChef oven can help out in your different food establishments. I'd like to do a couple introductions. We've got Charles Rothman, who is going to be doing all the camera work. He's a regional sales manager for the Prairies. Jason Masuch from British Columbia. He's going to be taking care of some of the color commentary. Martin Tancrel from Quebec. He's going to be doing some of the comments. So if you guys have any comments or questions, please just put them into the chat box. Martin will get back to you. And if it's pertinent to the demonstration, we can bring it up. Who is Food Service Solutions? Well, Food Service Solutions is a company of chefs. So we're all trained chefs who've been in the industry for a long time. We're a cutting-edge distributor of commercial restaurant equipment. We cherry-pick some of the best food equipment from around the world, and we distribute it in the Canadian market. So some of the brands you might represent, or that we represent, you might recognize. So we've got ACP Amana, which we're talking about today. Brunn Randlicker is an amazing food processor from Switzerland, capable of doing 350 kilos of processed vegetables an hour. Crestcore hot holding cabinets, which we have over here. The Linox Naboo and the Neo, another great option for a combi oven. And Vitamix blenders. I think they're an up-and-coming Vitamix blending company that might do pretty well. Anyway, so that's who we are. That's who we represent. Let's talk a little bit about who ACP Amana is. So ACP Amana is the ones who actually invented microwave technology. They do a wide range of different types of products. They invented the first microwave in 1969.
Mark, I'm going to stop you right there. Was that in the summer of 69?
That's right. It was in the summer of 69, Jason. It was a couple of guys from school and got a microwave company and tried real hard. Yeah, it's perfect. So they've got a bunch of different lines. They do ACP Amana and Menu Master commercial products, and also the XpressChef oven. So Jason's going to talk to you a little bit about some of the XpressChef ovens. We've got the 3i here and the 4i here, and Jason's going to tell you a little bit about what they do.
Yeah, so today Mark's going to be cooking his menu on the XpressChef 4i. In the lineup of the XpressChef ovens, there's the 2C, the 3i, and the 4i, or the fast, faster, and fastest in their product line. You can see there. The 2C uses 2 cooking technologies, the 3i uses 3 technologies, and the 4i uses 4 technologies. All the technologies for cooking on all 3 of these ovens are fully customizable, including time, temperature, fan speed, and microwave energy. And the 4i actually has an infrared radiant coil on the bottom to increase that heat in the cavity to improve your build times exponentially. Back to you, Mark.
Yeah, great. So what I want to do is kind of invite you guys to come and take a look at this this unit here. So I don't know if we can zoom in on that, Charles. Yeah, there we go. Okay, great. So as you can see, we've got some really high definition pictures here. Instead of buttons or temperatures or times or anything. So what's really great here is, pictures speak 1,000 words, right? So if you've got a lot of people who are coming into the kitchen that maybe English may be a second language, if they want to cook a sandwich, you press the button that looks like a sandwich. You want to cook a pizza, you press the button that looks like a pizza. So it breaks down a lot of that training that you'd have to do. Think about how much money you spend on training your staff and making sure that quality is coming out. With traditional cooking equipment, you're probably spending a really large amount. We can scroll through different pictures. We've got icons. We can create different folders like I have here for my seafood recipes. And from there, we can even make ones for breakfast, for lunch, etc. What's really great about this unit is that this is our biggest unit in the market. It's got a large cavity. So we've actually got 15 by 16 inch cavity. So I can do a large pizza, I can do big plate of nachos, which we're going to do today. So it really kind of gives you some really great versatility. What also is really interesting is it comes with a non-stick liner. So what happens is all we have to do is just wipe off this at the end of the day, and we take care of all those grease-laden vapors and food smells. Another really interesting factor is that a lot of our competitors sell these pizza peels with the oven, and they usually have knuckle guards on them. And the reason being is that the door ends right about here. So you actually have to have some type of guard on your hands so you don't burn your knuckles. As you see here, we have a lot of clearance, so it's much safer than any of our competitors in the market. It also comes standard with a catalytic converter. So the catalytic converter turns grease-laden vapors into ash, and all we have to do is clean out these vents here at the end of the night.
So along with those training times Mark was talking about, think about the time you actually spend in a restaurant paying people to clean the restaurant or clean the equipment. Those liners, those Teflon liners may be a consumable, but you'll save the money in the long run for the amount of time you spent paying somebody to clean out a piece of equipment. Those filters on the side, very easy to clean. ACP and Amanda is doing their best to cut down the time it takes your staff to clean the equipment that you're using to improve the overall cost of, and value of the unit.
Yeah, and what else is really great here is that these are all Wi-Fi compatible. So if you have multiple ovens or you have multiple locations, you have the ability to download new recipes, new pictures, right into the machine via Wi-Fi. Or you can use it with a USB port here. You can download it on the computer. There's a programming application that you can download from ACP Amana where you can upload your own pictures. So say you want a picture of your Reuben sandwich, but you want it specific to your company, you can have that on there. Programming is very easily done. So we can control here the temperature. This is running at 520 degrees. Very cool to the touch, right? So it doesn't throw off a lot of heat. We can cook in multiple stages. So we can start off if it's a frozen product and have a lot of microwave energy right off the top and then brown near the end. So we can control the time, the microwave energy, the fan speed, and the infrared burner. So we can control up to 4 different cooking technologies at the same time. So we'll talk a little bit about our recipe today. So we got a wide variety of different things. We actually added on another menu item at the end to give us a little bit of dessert. So we're starting out with a Reuben sandwich. So everybody knows this can toast a sandwich, so we want to get that out of the way right away. Moving to the next one, we're doing some grilled salmon with roasted vegetables, some grilled sous vide chicken for a chicken salad. We've got a thin crust pizza that we're going to do, a fully loaded nachos, some tempura prawn tacos, fish and chips, and then honey garlic chicken wings. And then at the end, we're going to finish with chocolate lava cake. So let's get cooking. Woo. So in my oven right now, I've got 2 different accessories. I've got a grill pan, or a Panini Grill Pan, and I've got a pizza stone. So the beauty about this is that we can actually mimic cooking in getting some nice grill marks. So I'm going to put a sandwich on there. And then all I do, the touch of a button, within 40 seconds, we're going to have a beautiful Reuben sandwich, toasted to perfection, some nice grill marks on it. So if you think about how you do this in a traditional manner, you'd probably be doing it on a panini grill. Now, if you're doing it on a panini grill, the cook time's probably around 4 minutes, but I'm sure everybody knows when you get a toasted sandwich from a panini grill, you're actually, you get some nice toasting on the outside, but the inside is still cold. With the microwave energy here, we have the ability to give you some really nice heat all the way through. So you've got a beautiful sandwich. What's cool here too is that we're doing it in 40 seconds.
In the time it took Mark to cook that sandwich, probably take you longer to ring it into a computer and do the debit transaction. So actually making food faster than we can sell it.
So, just going to cut the sandwich in half here and show you. But we've got a nice toasted sandwich. Here, the cheese is beautifully melted, right? If you can switch that camera. We've got some really nice heat, and that only took 40 seconds. So what's great about that is that we have the ability to cook in a very accelerated fashion. So we're minimizing our cook time, but there's also not going to be any recovery time on this oven like it would on a panini grill. So if you're in a rush, you know, that panini grill is probably working pretty well. The first couple sandwiches are 4 minutes, but as the rush continues, you're probably going to increase that cook time. So now your panini is going to take, you know, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, right? So now we're going to cook something fresh. So probably something you never really thought of. And we're going to do that on the panini grill. We're going to do a piece of salmon and some grilled vegetables. So I'm going to get the grilled vegetables on there. How many of you have cooked grilled vegetables on a barbecue before?
I know I have.
How many pieces of zucchini and peppers have you lost through that grill, right?
I could go look right now, but that might take a minute.
Yeah. So I've created a seafood folder, and all I'm going to do is go to my seafood folder, and I see that I've got salmon in here. So I'm going to push that salmon button, and it automatically starts cooking, right? So traditionally, probably take around 10 minutes. We're doing it in about 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
I think what's great about Mark showing us an item like this salmon and vegetables is that I think a lot of people have preconceived notions about what a high-speed oven would be used for, you know, corn dogs, you know, chicken nuggets, French fries, things like that. But he's really showing that you can do some great high-quality food. And I think what's impressive about this is I've actually sold one of these ovens to a business up in Whistler because they couldn't put hood ventilation in. And it's not uncommon up in Whistler to get a call at 3 o'clock in the afternoon from your chef or your sous chef or one of your cooks saying, you know, I've got a concussion or a broken wrist from being in the park all afternoon. And you've got to think on the fly. You're still able to execute this beautiful food without having a big grill and a highly trained cook. You can show a cook, or as an operator, you can do it yourself. You can follow the simple steps. Press that button for the exact cooking that you need. You have your portioned items. If you follow the correct steps, you're going to end up with the same product every day, every night, Monday to Sunday, January to December.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. I think I agree. I think, you know, the reason why we wanted to cook seafood here is seafood's very easy to overcook. So what's great about this is that we have the ability to maintain that consistency no matter who's cooking. So like Jason mentioned, you know, it could be a bartender, it could be a dishwasher, it could be a new cook. We have the ability to do this and create some consistency no matter who's in there.
And something Mark touched on earlier that you might notice as well is that he said this oven is sitting at 520 Fahrenheit right now. And he's able to touch the sides and the door of this oven because it's such an efficient piece of equipment. It isn't expelling a lot of heat energy. So you're not using more energy than you need, and you're not using a dangerous piece of equipment that somebody could burn themselves on.
What also is really interesting too is that these are stackable without a stacking kit. So if we were to put this on if we got super busy, we would have the ability to cook, put another unit right on top of it in the same footprint.
I think anybody that's paying for square footage, Mark, will like that.
Just plate this up here. So we got some really nice grill marks on our vegetables. Add a little bit of olive oil. And you can see that we've got some nice grill marks. It's not overcooked. It's done to our exact specifications. And it looks like a nice, beautiful plate that you'd never thought would come out of a high-speed oven. So what this does is it really alleviates a lot of the pressure off certain parts of the line too, right? Which I'm going to get into the next portion of it. So the next portion we're going to talk about is cooking with sous vide. So I have here a vacuum-packed chicken breast that I opened. And we can really maintain the quality and the moisture and all that kind of stuff with one of these, with a sous vide method. So those of you who don't know what sous vide is, it's cooking in a plastic bag, an immersion circulator, or in one of our combi ovens, or even the Neo for that matter. And what that does is it locks in a lot of moisture, minimizes the amount of cooking time. So again, I've got my Panini Grill in there. I'm just going to put the chicken breast on. And then I'm going to press the button here. So 1 minute, we have a beautifully cooked chicken breast. Now this is a great option for people who are wanting to cook, like I said, alleviate a little bit of pressure from maybe the grill station, or maybe it's a late night menu that they want to do and they want to consolidate it. What we have here is the ability to really maintain that quality and consistency like we were talking about.
That's right. That's a big point that Mark will keep making there, is that we're not sacrificing quality for speed. We're achieving both. So an oven like this on a salad station is going to improve your build times, and take the responsibility of those proteins off of your grill cook. So if you have those sous vide chicken breasts, you have raw salmon, you have prawns, things like that that could easily be executed out of an oven like this and kept away from the grill station, so they can focus on larger, more expensive dishes, more refined cuts of meat, more delicate cooking procedures. Plus, it gives you a lot of flexibility. You could use an item like this maybe in a bar where you don't have a full kitchen. A staff member, a bartender could be executing food in a way to serve to accompany those drinks as well. This could be used for late night food, in-room dining in hotels. There's so many different options for this, with some creativity from your food service solutions chefs working with you to develop a great menu to utilize all the potential of this oven.
So we've got some nice grill marks on this chicken breast. Got a little salad here that we've done. Just bring that over. So again, a great way to alleviate some of the pressure on the line. You can even see the steam coming off that chicken breast, so you know that it's hot and it's ready to go. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out my Panini Grill and I'm going to cook a pizza. So this is a pizza that we're doing straight from frozen, okay? And what's interesting here is that, you know, this would traditionally take, what does it say on the box here?
On our menu, it says 17 minutes. I'm guessing it's going to be at least that much, probably 15 to
17 minutes. That's right, Jason. Yeah. So we're actually going to cut that down pretty significantly here. So we've got a beautiful flatbread pizza. And again, all I have to do is press the thin crust pizza button, and in 1 minute and 15 seconds, we're going to have a beautiful toasted, cooked pizza.
So a big thing lately has been the uptick in QSRs that we're seeing pop up in the marketplace, and people grabbing good food on the go. You know, in 1 minute 20, you can execute a product that's going to come up hot and fresh, and Mark's drastically cutting down that original build time of 17 minutes. So you're able to control your products that much better, have a freezer full of pre-made pizzas that you made in your back of your restaurant, in your commissary kitchen, or product you've brought in. And you're able to execute that so quickly. And the best part about that frozen food is that zero loss. You know, you're not throwing away product that's frozen. It lasts. So you're able to control your food costs that much easier.
Yeah, and what's great here is that we have the ability to cook like we would in a standard pizza oven by adding that pizza stone. So we're still going to get that lovely brown patina on the bottom, or leoparding, as some people call it. Some nice golden brown on top, and again in a fraction of the time. So if you're going to a traditional oven, so that's done already. Let's give it 2 more seconds in there. So I'm adding 10 seconds just to get a little bit more browning on it. Now, again, this is all, the beauty of this is all these recipes are fully customizable. And within 10 seconds, even 10 seconds makes a big difference, right? So we got a nice, can't really see that. Got a nice browning on top, and then we'll show you some leoparding on the bottom. I'm just gonna let that sit there for a second to cool down. And then we're going to take our pizza stone out. And so, like I said, if this is a traditional oven, we're cooking at about 12 to 17 minutes, and we just did it in a minute and a half.
And once again, Mark talks about that, says that word quality. You know, he's got coloring and browning on the crust. He's got that leoparding on the bottom. It's not just about heating the food up till it being warm. He's actually executing high quality cooking using the XpressChef 4i.
Okay, so I'm going to cut that pizza for you here. We're going to get it out on the plate. So you see that we got some really nice browning on the bottom, right? Some nice coloration on top. Cheese is fully melted. It's hot all the way through. And again, folks, that was from frozen. So the next one we're going to do is a nachos.
I love nachos.
So how long does it take you to do nachos in a traditional oven? Probably around 10 minutes. See how long it takes us to do it in here. So this is a double stacked nachos. So we've got layers and layers of nachos. Well, 2 layers.
What's the worst part about nachos, Mark?
The middle not being done enough. How many times you got that plate of nachos and you go to lift up that top layer and all the bottom and none of it is melted? That really gets my goat, man. It makes my beer taste less tasty, let me tell you. And so we're doing it in a minute. So if the traditional cook time is 10 minutes, you know, and I could say that I could cut your cook time in half, that'd be pretty significant. But if I said I could cut it in half again, you'd say, wow, that's crazy. If I could cut it half again, that's even more crazy. So we took a build time from 10 minutes down to 1 minute. And you're going to see that this is a fully loaded plate of nachos. This isn't like sparsely done. We got lots of cheese, we got lots of toppings, and you're gonna see as it comes out, it's gonna be nice and toasted on the top, and we've got some melt all the way through, which
Mark,
is key.
I could never get nachos up in 10 minutes. It'd always take me at least 20 because I'd have to burn a whole tray first before I'd remember and then get the next one up undercooked.
Yeah, that's just beautiful.
Sounds good. Ooh.
So fully toasted and ready to go. We've got cheese melted all the way through the second layer, right? None of it's there, and that's still heating up as it's going out to your customer. So we just did a beautiful plate of nachos in 1 minute.
I love seeing some of these menu items, guys, that it takes us longer to put them together than it does to cook them. And I think the nachos are the best example of that. Probably took Mark a couple minutes to build that perfectly with those multiple layers of cheese and only a minute to cook. That's pretty resounding when you think about the space that an item like nachos would take in a salamander or an oven in your kitchen. for that much time, for that 8, 9, 10 minutes. And he's able to put this up, build this and put it up in a minute. It's incredible.
Yeah, next on the menu, we're going to do some tempura prawn nachos. So
Tacos.
Or tacos, sorry. I was still stuck on how good those nachos are.
They look good.
So we've got the prawn, tempura prawn there. This is a frozen product. Pretty accessible by most places. Again, we're going to our seafood folder, and we're going to tempura prawn. I've got a couple other shells here that I'm going to work with.
This is a great example where Mark's showing a great frozen product that isn't your typical standard fare. You know, it isn't your typical chicken nugget. It isn't your typical just simple French fry. You know, you can get creative with a menu that is using frozen pre-made products, but still offering really delicious, fresh tasting food.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, this is to represent some of those products that Jason was talking about. So anything from, you know, chicken fingers for kids to, you know, dry ribs, etc. You have the ability to do all of this. I'm just doing a little bit fancier. And so in the last 10 seconds, I'm going to throw in some flour tortillas here. And we're going to get that going. So in a matter of minutes, we've got a beautiful prawn taco. You know, that would usually take anywhere from 5 minutes. We've got it down to a little bit less than a minute and a half. Okay, so we've got our hot tortillas. We've got some beautiful prawns. We'll get those plated up for you.
You might notice that Mark's cooking with aluminum trays there. And you might be thinking, what are you doing, Mark? You can't put metal in a microwave. You actually can with the XpressChef ovens. It actually makes that cooking so much easier because you can use these non-proprietary items, inexpensive small trays, round passing trays, as we used to call them in the kitchen, are great for these. Just a shallow side so that microwave energy can penetrate the food, allows you to create this great food and with ease. Tacos on a Monday, though. Jeez, that's sacrilegious. I'll come back tomorrow.
Like I said, it's taking me longer to do it this way. So we've got some nice prawn tacos here, a little cabbage slaw, a little sriracha aioli, and tempura prawn taco. And those are just beautiful, right? The next one we're going to do is some fish and chips. So I've got, again, some potato wedges here. I've got some nice battered, beer battered cod. And again, we're gonna go back into our seafood folder. And so 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And I don't know if you guys saw that, but I used a perforated, this is a mesh cooking vessel. So that's going to actually allow for a lot of airflow to come through the product and get it nice and crispy. So I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah, so those are the Teflon crisping baskets from ACP Amana.
Yeah, there you go. So again, we're eliminating the need for a deep fryer. We're eliminating the need for a couple other products. So traditionally, about 15 minutes or so. In the XpressChef, I think we got it down to 2.5 minutes. So it's actually a little bit less than 3 minutes. So I don't know if any of you have ever had to clean a deep fryer in your time, but it's definitely not the easiest job or the funnest job in the kitchen.
It's also not the safest job in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's true. You're dealing with a lot of hot oils. Like kitchens are kitchens are dangerous places. So if we can minimize the amount of possibility to get injured, you know, like I said, with cleaning out a deep fryer and some of that hot oil, or even having a shelf that's a little bit lower that can give you some of those really nice safety features, so you're not going to burn yourself. I think it's an added benefit.
Yeah, that cleaning of fryers is something that, you know, there's a cost attributed to everything, right? And it costs a lot of money when if a staff member was to get injured and have to step away from the kitchen for training a replacement, for you know, investing your own time to be in the kitchen to cover shifts because somebody's injured. It's a big headache, and we try to add safety as a really important thing for the care of our staff, but also for the success of our businesses.
Okay. So we've got about 20 seconds left here, and then our fish and chips is going to be done.
So I just heard the fan kick up a little bit there. So it sounds to me like you've got some more convection air at the end there, Mark. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. So we started out just getting it nice and toasted or thawed out with the microwave at the beginning, and then we added some browning at the end. And you're going to see we got some nice browning on these fries.
So Mark was saying we can customize those different technologies in the cooking. So towards the end, I could hear myself, I could hear the fan speed kick up a little bit. And what that's doing is it's adding that browning. We use that microwave energy to thaw and heat, and then we use that fan for browning. So we're able to really fine tune not only the temperature of our food, but the look. If we want it to be a bit darker, we want it to be a bit lighter, we can add more fan or pull that fan back.
So you can see we got a nice little plate here with some tartar sauce, a little bit of potato wedges, and again, you break into that, and I guarantee everyone will think that just came out of a deep fryer. All right, so again, speaking of deep fryers, we're going to move on to our chicken wings.
Right.
So we've got chicken wings again from frozen. So we're minimizing the amount of waste that we're going to cook because we're not pulling too much. We're pulling them as we need them, right? So this is an oven-ready style chicken wing, but it's got a little bit of a coating on it, so it's going to give you a little bit of crispiness to it, which adds to the quality of that cook. So if you're looking at these types of things, I would recommend going with those types of products. Can you cook a raw chicken wing in here? Absolutely. Just might take a little longer. A good option would be possibly sous videing it ahead of time, like we did with that chicken breast. So that'll cut down on the build time, and then all you're really doing is taking a little bit of chill off with that microwave and then browning it at the end. Again, like Jason said, we have the ability to customize these recipes. So what happens when you purchase any one of these ovens is that it comes with a cookbook. And I usually use those recipes as a stepping stone to help me develop the recipes that I have for my individual restaurant. The other added advantage is anytime you purchase one of these ovens, you actually get training from a certified XpressChef chef from Food Service Solutions. So if you were in Calgary, you'd be working with me. If you're in British Columbia, you'd be working with Jason Martin in Quebec. We have chefs all across the country. So what that does is it gives you guys a really added benefit of not just understanding that this can cook really well, but we show you how to do it. We show you how to cook with it. So it's not a scenario where you buy this oven and that's the last you ever see of us. No, we're engaged. We want you to be successful. We want you to be able to work with this oven and find a lot of success. I've got customers that are using this oven strictly for their entire food service program. So they're running whole pubs out of it. I've got also people that are pairing it with Linox, Naboo, and a Neo, and doing up to 200-seat restaurants with just 2 of these and the Linox Naboo. So you have the advantage of using different ones, different technologies to kind of take you, but this can be a real cornerstone in your kitchen. All right, we got some beautiful chicken wings here that we'll plate up. Do a little honey garlic sauce on them. And then a little bit of sesame seeds. Then we're off to the races. So, as you can see, oh, we just gotta get that camera going. Oh, there you go. Perfect. So, yeah, we got some really nice, those are crispy, those are hot, right? Little crudité vegetable, classic pub fare. Okay, the last one I'm gonna cook is actually a chocolate cake, so a lava cake. And this is really fast and simple. So this is a frozen lava cake, and we put it in here. And within a minute, we're gonna have a beautiful lava cake. So this is great if you're gonna be cooking and maybe doing pastries, or you wanna increase your desserts. We have the ability to do it here very quickly. In the morning, what you could do is set this up and cook all of your pastries for the morning. So, you know, turnovers, Danish, croissants, so it can all be done in here. And what's beautiful too is that in the morning, you can even cook eggs. So you can do an entire breakfast program out of one of these ovens as well, which is really interesting.
Yeah, ACP Amana has some great different options for cooking things like eggs, like Mark was mentioning. You know, I work with a hostel in Whistler that does bakes cookies every morning in theirs. They do full breakfast programs, doing everything from nice breakfast sandwiches to really healthy sort of power bowls and egg white omelets using some silicone molds that they got from ACP Amana. So really creative use of their oven to do so much more than just your standard fare.
Okie dokie.
I'm excited to see this little cake.
Just a little bit of dusting of sugar. And just getting that camera going again. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but you got a really nice little ooze.
Still looking at the menu. Is there a way to flip to the camera?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. So we got a nice chocolate center and some nice fresh orange slices on there. So a really great way to kind of end the meal. So let's start talking numbers here. So we've done everything from, you know, cooking in a traditional way, right? So we said we've got like a panini grill. We probably used a charbroiler, a griddle, a convection oven, a deep fryer. If we were cooking in a traditional way here, we're cooking with one piece of equipment. So if you think about how much space that takes up in a kitchen, plus not only that, anytime you have any equipment below it, you got to make sure you have an HVAC system above it, something like this. So what happens is that doubles. So that price isn't just the equipment, it's everything that goes into running that equipment. It's gas, it's electricity. This is a very super efficient piece of equipment, and if it's not running in an active cooking process, it idles just like your car would. So let's talk a little bit about the total savings. So with a Reuben sandwich, we took a Reuben sandwich from 4 minutes down to 40 seconds. We took a grilled salmon from 10 minutes down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds. A grilled chicken salad for grilling a chicken breast, probably around 7 minutes. We took it down to a minute. A flatbread, about 15 minutes down to a minute and 20 seconds. Fully loaded nachos, around 9 minutes down to 1 minute. Tempura prawn tacos from 5 minutes down to a minute and a half. Okay? Fish and chips, 15 minutes down to 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Some chicken wings from 8 minutes down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So traditional cooking equipment, about 73 minutes. We took that down to 12 minutes and 45 seconds, which is a huge time savings. So there's a reason why we call this demonstration the need for speed, because we have the ability to save a ton of time for you. So talk a little bit about numbers. So we saved about almost just over an hour. We also saved the amount of cooking equipment that's needed and the additional savings. So no exhaust hood. We have one employee cooking all of this food. So instead of a bunch of people running up and down the line, we have a guy pivoting from either a cooler or a reach-in freezer or something to that effect. Traditional equipment and accessories, we're minimizing that. And the maintenance that goes along with all those things, and the utilities. So the savings are pretty substantial when you start adding all that up. Another great option that happens with ACP Amana is the warranty and support. So this is covered by 1 year parts and labor and 3 years on the magnetrons. So basically, you have a really nice warranty there that's bumper to bumper for 1 year, and then 3 years takes care of a lot of the magnetrons. And then we also have our ComServe, which runs 24/7, 365 days a year. So
ACP Amana was one of the manufacturers that was the figurehead in beginning a 24/7 service, and they championed themselves on their ability to quickly assist their customers. That number is located on the inside of the door of all of their microwaves and all the XpressChef high-speed ovens, and they'll have representatives there 24/7, 365, ready to help you.
Yeah, that's great. And then as you can see, let me just see if I can get that camera going. We cooked a pretty wide variety of different products, everything from nachos to the prawns, to the pizza, to the chicken wings, to the salmon, to the sandwich. And that was all done relatively quickly. I could probably do that in a lot less time if I wasn't talking so much.
And keep in mind how under control Mark was when he was cooking that. You know, he's not reaching into a deep fryer. He's not reaching into an oven. He's not going over a grill that's oil's sparking up and creating a flare up. You know, this cooking was under control. So food came up beautifully, quickly, elegant, grill marks, all the things you'd expect from a high-end cook. We can achieve that from our XpressChef 4i.
Perfect. So that's pretty much the end of the demonstration. Are there any questions that we might have in the comment box?
No questions that I see. Looks like Martin's just commentary on how we're doing. Food looked great, and he put in some great links there for everyone to have a look at that joined this virtual demonstration. Links to the ACP Amana webpage for the programming app, which is excellent. You can do that programming on your own computer, so you can always be refining your process, refining your machine, making it a unique cooking piece for your business.
Great. Well, thanks very much for joining us today. We know time is of the essence for a lot of people, and we really appreciate you guys spending it with us. Hopefully you learned something. Please reach out to your local food service solutions representative. If you have any questions or comments, or would like to see this demo up close and personal and taste some of that food and the quality that comes out of the XpressChef oven. Thanks very much. You can reach us at foodservicesolutions.com or email us, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks very much. Have a great day. Cheers.
Thanks so much, everybody.